Welcome back to the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. Jeff Rosenberry joined alongside Emmanuel Johnson with our men's basketball team. Power forward, I'm going to say, from San Antonio, Texas. Thanks for being here, EJ. Appreciate the opportunity to chat with you. Now, San Antonio, Texas, long ways away, right?
Yes, very long.
How did you find Montana State University Billings, and what brought you here?
I would say it found me more than
Oh,
so.
okay.
Back in my junior college, I knew a few guys that had talked to a few schools in Montana, not MSUB, actually, but I got in contact with Coach Schmidt. He sounded like he really knew what he was talking about, and he was really interested in me as a person more than just a basketball player.
Absolutely.
And so that kind of really struck me other than from other schools.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this is your second year in the program.
Yes, sir.
How has this year varied from your first year in the program?
My first year, last year, it was a struggle. We struggled as a team.
Sure.
We had a lot of problems. This year it's more of an actual team. Last year it seemed like, I don't want to say a lot of individuals, but everybody, they were pretty much individuals.
Sure, yeah.
And then so this year it just seems like we had a lot of younger guys, so that ego wasn't there as much. It was just everybody trying to get back on the same page. It was pretty much starting over for me.
You bet, yeah. And that's got to be kind of tough in a sense because you're only 2 years in this program, right?
Yes.
And you're the only senior on the team right now. And so come senior day, on Saturday, I believe it is, it's all for you, right?
Yeah.
Senior night, it's Emmanuel Johnson night in Alterowitz Gymnasium. But only 2 years in the program and being the only senior on the team, how have you had to better understand yourself as a mentor and a leader in those 2 years?
Better understanding myself, realizing that I am the senior on the
Sure,
team.
yeah.
And that the younger guys, even if they don't say it, I have to realize that they look up to me, and I can't just say things or tell them to do certain things that I'm not modeling myself. Like telling guys to go to class or be on time for everything. I always have to be there first and model it to them.
You bet, absolutely. All right, let's talk basketball, okay? Because that's the fun stuff, and we're almost on we're on the end of the regular GNAC season, right? Still an opportunity for MSU Billings to rocket fire into the tournament in Lacey, Washington in early March. 2 games remain. Let's talk a little bit. Right now, first off, you're averaging about 16 points a game and 4 rebounds over your last 14 games, okay? So those are great stats. How do the next 2 games look from your perspective?
It can't be just so much. I can't have good stats. Everybody has to play well.
Yeah.
Like that night we did against Anchorage here.
So great.
Yeah.
That night was awesome. 17 three-pointers, and there were 17 three-pointers. That is a GNAC record, and for those people watching who don't know, the previous GNAC record was 16, and you know who held that?
Oh, who?
MSU Billings.
Oh, really?
You all did.
Wow,
Come on now.
I didn't know that.
There you go, right?
know that.
So you created a record, broke your own record with 17 three-pointers in that game against Alaska Anchorage. And not to mention, you had a real sweet dunk, as I recall. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah, I do, because this is what I say. Every time you dunk, I say, oh, Emmanuel Johnson butters his bread, right? That's mine. I like that line, okay?
Me too.
So two games left, and you're saying let's work and collaborate as a team like we did against Anchorage, right?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay.
With that, yeah, we know they're a really good team. They got the best of us there. So we it's in the back of our mind, it's still like kind of a revenge game just to show we can actually play with these guys.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about the on-court component, because in basketball, your coach and your assistant coach, they're close, right? They're right there.
Yes, sir.
And we can all hear Jamie Stevens, okay? We all know what Jamie Stevens is saying. But your court presence as a senior on that team and as a leader on that team is important. And I think that if we were to mic you up, what kinds of things would we hear you saying on the court if we were to mic up Emmanuel Johnson?
Hopefully not any profanity.
Right, yeah, of course not. Yeah, we bleep that out. Yeah.
I would like for y'all to hear me just lifting guys up more than criticizing them, and if I do criticize them, say it in a way where such they can take it constructively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So You have lived in the residence halls
Yes.
the last couple of years
Yes,
that
sir,
you've
I
been
have.
here, right? How has that experience been getting to know students who aren't on your team and students who aren't athletes? You see them in the dining hall and kind of building that relationship with them.
Yeah, it just shows me a different side outside of athletics, coming from a junior college especially. I came from a small school where it was nothing but athletes, so we
Yeah.
had no other student body
Yeah.
outside of that,
Yeah,
really.
absolutely.
And so just coming here, it just kind of showed me just to make relationships with people, even people you would never expect to really talk to or become friends with.
Yeah, and so 2 years here at MSUB, and you've been so impactful, and you've done so much in your career here at MSU Billings. What are you going to miss the most?
Um, I'm gonna really miss the guys. It's a young group of guys. They're a
Yeah,
fun group of guys. And just how everybody here, all the athletes, even if you play a different sport, everybody is all entwined together. Everybody's all cool with each other and everything like that.
yeah, absolutely. You know, it's so fun for Aaron and I to be up in the press box when we do the game, and if things are rocking and rolling, you know, at halftime, we look down and you guys will look up at us, and then we'll get a high five or a thumbs up or that kind of stuff, and I think that's pretty special. But I think we get that off the court too,
Right.
and I think Aaron and I were talking about that before, that there's a human side to all of our student athletes, that you're in the classroom, you're on the court, but then you're also making connections outside of that here on campus, right? So what will be one of your most cherished memories, do you think, during your 2-year time here at MSU Billings?
Being around a group of guys, having such an influence on the younger guys and just the people, actually, it's strange because an article that Evan did last year, and an article that was recently done on me for somebody back home, I've had people that I don't even normally talk to come up to me and tell me what kind of story it was, and how
Yeah.
they're impressed by it, and things like that.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? All right, so future plans for Emmanuel Johnson after MSU Billings.
Um, Still pursue my degree, try to finish that off.
Yeah?
And then if I have the opportunity, try to go play basketball somewhere. Either I have a few D-League teams I'm going to try out for this summer,
All right.
or either try to go with the team across
Well,
overseas.
I hope you tell me wherever you're playing, because I want to come and watch. It's been a pleasure to have you the last couple of years on this team, and that all wraps up on Saturday night,
Yes, sir.
senior night, Emmanuel Johnson night, and it's going to be really special. But it's going to be even more special because your father's going to be in
Yes, sir, he
attendance,
is.
right? Glennert Brown.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about what that means for your dad to be here this weekend to watch that final game as an MSU Billings Yellow Jacket.
It's going to mean a lot. I mean, even going to that junior college I was in Texas, he still didn't have the opportunity to come see me. This will be his first time seeing me playing college.
Wow.
So, and it ironically being my last night,
Yeah.
senior night. So,
Well, what kind of plans do you and your dad have? When does he get into town?
he gets in Friday.
Friday.
afternoon.
So what kind of plans do you all have? Where are you taking him? To your favorite Billings restaurant? Where are you taking your dad?
It's crazy. I don't have like a favorite Billings restaurant that's from here.
So Domino's.
So, yeah.
Right?
Nah,
I know you all get the pizza, late night
yeah.
pizza order in the
I'll
halls.
probably try to take him somewhere nice like Olive Garden. He's
Very
never had
nice.
Olive Garden before.
Good,
So.
good. Talk a little bit about your father's influence in you growing up, and not just as a person, but also as a basketball player.
He's had a huge influence on me as becoming a person because from his point of view, he never played basketball or any sports. He never took anything serious. So with him, it's always being just a great human being, understanding people, and trying to help people as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, very cool. Emmanuel Johnson, power forward for the MSU Billings men's basketball team from San Antonio, Texas, as your career draws to an end here at MSU Billings with 2 games remaining tomorrow night and then on Saturday night. Any final thoughts, people you want to thank or are appreciative of?
I just want to say thank you to my father, my grandmother, everybody here at MSUB, from the coaches to guys like you, Evan, guys that everybody doesn't usually see, teachers, my teammates, and the other student body here for supporting us.
Great. Well, a lot of support for great people like you, Emmanuel Johnson. Thanks for joining us here today. Good luck during these last couple games on Thursday and Saturday. You can catch those games live from the Hive in Alterowitz Gymnasium. I'll be there commentating with Aaron Like, and those games can be found on MSUBsports.com.